guys, welcome back to Royal Family Activity. We're taking a look at St. Meghan Markle. That's right, my favorite Reddit group. They like to break down all the news going on with Harold and fraud. They like to take a look at the memes, and it just usually opens up lively debates with us. So I thought you know what? Let's take a look and see what's going on over there. And you guys, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate each of you. One thing really quick before we get started, I want to encourage you to hit that join button. You guys, thank you to everybody who's already clicked and joined. You have access to the specialized emojis that Jay has made us. You guys, I'm dying in case you haven't noticed. If you've already joined or if you're thinking about joining Jay, just added, look at the bottom here. I know these are tiny. The reason is because they're emojis, so it's hard for me to blow them up to show it is a divorce horse, because Jay came up with that name recently during one of our recordings, and so he put a horse head with her stupid green hat on it. So that is my new personal favorite. I love them all. That's my new personal favorite. Of course, we have birthday horse. He added flock offer to the emojis, so you can definitely use that when it applies. Look at me, so definitely check those out. Consider hitting that join button. Any money raised there goes directly back into supporting the channel, and I can't thank you guys enough. Now let's take a look at St. Meghan Markle. So this is fresh in the news and something I really wanted to talk about. Meghan and NYC brings up was Doria wheeled out yesterday in an attempt to steal spotlight away from George. Anyhow, this is a beautiful Prince, a picture of Prince George, future king. Indeed, happy birthday, kid. A happy birthday, Prince George. Look how cute, 10 years old. As of Saturday, I believe, and oh so cute. Great picture. So a little ray of sunshine before we look at this, you guys. So here we have it. This was directly from People magazine, who's reporting that the photos are by done back. I can't with this nonsense. I have the exact same thought. Is this the attempt to try to steal focus from Miss George? I'm sorry, this is the lamest BS I've ever seen. So here we are. I mean, it's not even worth talking about Beverly Hills art show or project or something. It's Doria and a friend. Okay, great. So again, background just happened to know where they were, happened to be there too. That's wild that the paparazzi happened to be stalking Meghan's mom now too, at the exact right location in time. It's just the same thing that she disowned her dad over calling the paparazzi on himself and having the pictures made the things we've been talking about, you know? So where's the outrage when her mom does something so good, which is, I think there will be any news about Harry and Meghan didn't wish George a happy birthday, since they made such a big deal of no one in the royal family wishing Archie or Lilibet a happy birthday. Perhaps they should lead by example, to which other people started calling out the journalists that have moaned about how cruel it is that the royal family didn't wish, you know, Archie and Lily happy. And they said, where's that outrage? Now, the same way she recently dragged Camilla and Charles for not publicly wishing, well, the hardcore kids a happy birthday. So where's the outrage that Harry and Meghan didn't wish little Prince George happy birthday? It's absolutely ridiculous. And just like Harry and Meghan, they think the rules don't apply. That seems to be that the followers, you know, same. It's just hypocrisy at its finest, right? All right. And then is it Lori Organa says their attention-grabbing stunts don't work for them as well anymore, but they used to work, like when the wife cried to Brad B while William and Catherine were in Pakistan. Her schemes used to work. They're referring to when William and Catherine were in Pakistan. That's when Harry and Meghan did that interview where Meghan cried to Brad B about. And then the same person goes on to say Harry's wife always plans to outstage the children's birthday while Harry consistently attacks his sister-in-law's birthday. It would be just like the wife attention than one of the Wales's beautiful children. The wife hates those children. She hates how beloved they are. Attention she thinks she deserves. She's been trying to step on the whales. Ridiculous pap walk on Prince Louis' birthday. It just strikes me as so Bizarre these two, they have to be the worst aunt and uncle in history. They try to upstage these babies. It's absolutely disgusting they can't even do the courtesy of just shutting up. For one day they have to do something to try to upstage it, so yeah, it wouldn't. Deliberate, obviously the paps were. Called we saw backward, she thought that. Doria could steal the attention. I'm sorry if making herself. Can't even get the attention anymore. What the hell is Doria gonna do this one? Is posted by sensitive_fun_5825 and it says so Megs is. Now wanting this deleted from their mockumentary, I think not the whole world has seen your disrespect, and we get to this awful moment which I've gone over in detail. I actually have a whole video about it under the So Much Cringe series. Definitely check it out. But I've seen this, I've heard this as well. I don't know if it's a rumor, if it's true, but that allegedly the wife wants to get this scene cut out of the. I don't know that it's true, and the reason that I think that is because I suspect she thinks everything she does is wonderful, and we all know why it's disrespectful and horrible, and she's an awful person, and so is her stupid husband. But I don't think they have the awareness to realize that this was her reaction after the fact. We've seen stories recently where allegedly she was warned that people would hate her over this, and she still wanted to keep it in. So no, I don't believe she had wherewithal to take anybody else's anything, any kind of advice or anything, to take it out. And you know what, even if it wouldn't matter, we've all seen it, and when they split, which is just a matter of time, and Harry tries to say, oh, I didn't want her to disrespect the queen like that, we can point to this moment right here with his stupid grin as well, where he thinks it's funny, and he may have looked mad for a second. People point to where he turned red when she did it. He made this face and didn't say a word afterwards, so he's just as guilty. Comments underneath, and says her face when she comes up is the absolute worst. Agreed, she knew what she was doing, mocking the queen, and the worst part is she thinks it's cute, but the public didn't fall for her fakeness and cruelty. And so now she probably wants it removed. Maybe she does, but again, too bad. We've seen it, it's the damage is done. And sensitive_fun reminds us not to mention our late queen was still with us. Despicable, to which Big Lazy replies, it's absolutely despicable. Just another example of why this bee deserves all the s being thrown at her. The mere thought of disrespect, and I love that they call her I've never seen this before instead of Markle Clockle. Showed our beloved Queen Elizabeth moves me to angry tears. Oh, I've been there. So people were getting into a conversation about all the horrible behaviors by Meghan, and I'm like, oh my god, this could go on forever. But they got into the horrible blare that Meghan gave Charlotte, Princess Charlotte, during her wedding. And I talked about that recently, and how bad that bothered me, and how disgusting that is. How do you bully a 4-year-old or any child? That's just so somebody. I just really like this comment, so I just wanted to bring this up while we're here talking about this. And it says, what is poetic, is it? Catherine gave the same look to Meghan during the walkabout after the Queen's funeral, and Meghan stumbles. She didn't like to be the one on the receiving end of her own behavior, but it's totally okay to treat a toddler that way. And interesting point, and I didn't know where to put it, so I wanted to put it and talk about it, because I didn't even think about it like that. I was so focused on the disgusting behavior glaring at a 4-year-old. And I love Catherine, and I love that she did do that to Meghan, and it put her in her place. And we all saw it when they did the 4-person walkabout, when Meghan kind of stepped back, and good for Catherine. And I'm sure that's the least of what Catherine wanted to do too. Anyway, I just thought this was such a good point, and so well put. Okay, so let's move on to another post. _change 4,449 posts sums it up well. Love to see the wife content going viral on and up with a predominantly youthful pro-Sussex. Okay, so I haven't been on TikTok as much as usual. I'm honestly not on TikTok that much, but I was on looking at, hearing Meghan's stuff. I took a step back. Last week with my stupid cold, I don't want to talk about that cold anymore, so I was like talking about it, but again, thank you for all the well wishes. I feel much better, but it is interesting. I have heard that because I always notice the same, that it's very pro them. You're gonna anti-hearing Meghan stuff there, you can. But it seemed to be very loudly pro Harry and Meghan. But then I'm hearing the same, that it's definitely turned, and then people are pointing to this TikTok, which I have not watched yet, but I just love the title, How to Lose a Prince in 5 Years, to which Kimbria Van Dam replies, I've noticed a change in TikTok for the last 6 months or so. It's no longer Sugarland. It used to be the odd TikTok criticizing Meghan with a few likes and a barrage of comments like, you're a horrible person and look how they typed it. That's so perfect. I probably have 100,000 of those comments. ETC, it warms my heart that people are finally waking up. While I agree that it might be a certain percentage that people come into their senses, that the since cracking down on bots, I think a lot of social media is going after the bots. I do think that that's helping things. I think that a lot of the pro Harry and Meghan bots had spun out of, made their, I don't know what you wanted, their squad, whatever silly word you want to use to describe them, the sugars. It made him seem louder than they actually were, so won't yield. Posted this November 7th. Earthshot Prize 2023 in Singapore, November 14th. King Charles III's 75th birthday, November 21st. Release date of Scobie's book. Not coincidental. Meghan and Harry use third-party collaborators to further their ongoing mission to attack and undermine the royal family they never wanted. Record sorry reconciliation never. So under this post there was a lively conversation that I kind of want to dip our toes into. You ready? Started off by Rainsong, and it says so. It's Scabby's book coming out in November with Will wife have to play happy family until after that to help the narrative that their love is pure. So this got my wheels turning as well. We've talked about it a lot, like, are they headed for divorce? You know, that sort of thing. I keep seeing the articles, as I'm sure you have as well, claiming that they are living separate lives. So I tend to believe where there's smoke, there's fire. That happens with celebrities. You start to hear rumblings and all of a sudden, poof, they're separated, they're divorced. I don't doubt that they're headed that probably sooner than later. I didn't even think about it in terms of the book, though, and so I am curious to see how that'll play out. So gloomy accountant 19 thinks that the rural events will bury Scobie's book and it will get more attraction in a month like now when the royals are on vacation. Nobody's buying what Scobie is selling. He's been exposed as a mouthpiece for Meghan. Seriously, who is Kobe talking to? His people won't even align themselves with Harold and fraud themselves. Who in the world would want to try to align themselves and talk to Scobie? There is just no way. So aside from a few people like myself that might report on it, I don't see people going out in droves to buy this book. And you know what, regardless if you're a royalist or not, I just don't think you're going to him for the facts of this at the story here. I don't believe so. Won't yield chimed in and said that's an interesting point. They always put on a united front for their victimhood. Grifting, splitting up would distract from the book. That I don't know why. That just totally resonated with me, and I didn't think about this. They're right. They're absolutely right. They're always united in the grifting. So I don't see any way of them splitting before this book. I don't even. If the book has like little to no impact, I think they will put on a united front. I tend to agree, and again, even if it's just Meghan doing the talking in this, by not publicly speaking out against it. So he's co-signing attacks on his family. So where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna run to? Finite pair says. Interesting. Question, how would they spin it if they were separated? Starkville replies they'll be separated by distance because Harry's in Africa to fulfill his Netflix obligation. Haha, that's my guess. Anyway, this is I really do want to know your comments on this. Do you feel the same way? Do you think this book will impact absolutely anything? Probably not. But do you think that they would put on? Do you think that the Harry's solo trip to Africa will lead to their demise? I just mean, you know, as far as their stories go, they won't. I think it was done long before that. I just wondered, do you, what are your thoughts on all this? Let me know, okay? And then Vikes posted, Trey and the Grifters reunited in New York. You guys, this one made me laugh. Take a look at this, and then we have Trey Parker posing with Harry and Meghan. So funny, so much fun. I love it so much. Twitch Common Echo says what we're all thinking, which is I hope this means Train Matter working on a follow-up episode. It feels like there's been a lifetime of snarking since we need a shift. Says I would be paralyzed in figuring out what the next episode would be because there's so much buffoonery to choose from. I would have a hard time making a decision with the endless options available. All right, and then Phoenix Lizzie says, you know, the fake car chase has to be in there. Oh my god, can you imagine the episode starting off with Meghan in her gold Harrods rent a dress? There's so much comedy gold to mine and traditions. Gary says they should make an entire series. There's enough material already for the first 75 episodes. Oh my gosh, yes please. I know there's a huge demand for it. We would all love it. Oh, I'm here for it. Oh, we need to get this. Oh, we need a whole series just about their antics. You guys, I'm ending it here. I appreciate you all so much. I truly am feeling so much better. I can't thank you enough for all the warm wishes, the kind words, the remedies you sent me. It just means so much to me. My plan for right now is this. I'm gonna keep it at one video a day, which is a lot. I know most creators don't even do a video a day, but I just love to make content, so I'll stay with that for now. And then as soon as these two start doing more crazy things, then the news will amp up. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to also branch out and cover other royal family members. I love doing best of Catherine's looks, things like, I've heard you loud and clear. You've asked for Catherine and William's stuff. So I'll be working on that soon. Like one says, more stuff comes out, then I look forward to picking it back up to 2 or more videos a day like I was doing. It's just a really tough pace to keep, so slowing down for now, but I look forward to picking that up very soon. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. It really means the world to me. If you want to further support the show, thank you guys for everything.